the whistle.
Believe it or not, there's actually some controversy at this park surrounding both of their steam locomotives. Changes were made for the 2026 season, and depending on who you ask, some people are in favor of those changes, some are not. But if you want to find out what those changes are, more importantly, ride behind that train, all you need to do is keep watching. 2 years ago, I came here for the very first time, and it was an unforgettable experience. 2 years later, I am back here at Dollywood Park in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And we came at a good time because new for 2026 are some major and somewhat controversial changes that were made to their operating steam locomotives. We're going to talk about those later. Also, see the train, ride behind it, and have a whole lot of fun. So if you're ready, you know what to do. Just come along with me. Over here, even though we're not going to go inside today, is the Dolly Park experience. This was closed last time I was here, but there's a museum, there's a theater show. You can actually tour her actual tour bus right here, Prevost Royal Coach right there. And if you want to learn more about Dollywood and how she became who she is today, this is the place to do it. Now, one change that is going to be different from my last time here is that they have strictly enforced no filming on rides except for the train ride, which of course we're going to take full advantage of that. But last time I was here, I did film on Blazing Fury, the incredible dark ride, and they have enforced a no filming policy. I even reached out to them via email, got in touch with the PR department and said, hey, what if I have a harness that everything's locked in, hands-free camera? They're like, absolutely not. So we can't film on any other rides, but we can definitely show a lot of rides from the public space. But of course, I'll be riding that train ride more than once today. This is one I do plan on riding later, but I'm gonna wait till the afternoon when it warms up a bit. It's around 60 degrees right now, but it's gonna be up near 70 this afternoon. And you get pretty wet on this ride. I remember this from last time, some humongous carp, I believe. They're at least 3-4 feet in length. Some of them maybe even longer. I think I said before, and I'll say it again, I'd freak out if I saw those underwater. Like, hey buddy, you got any food? Looks like you got food. This is one of the few places where you can come inside a building and see an operating water wheel that's both inside and outside. That's a beautiful sight, beautiful thing. Water's trickling down. I think it's so neat though how it's half in, half out. And I don't know the size of that, but if I was to guess diameter, I would say probably 15 feet. Maybe even larger. This park definitely calls my name since I'm a Pisces because there's a lot of water features here. This is the water flume, man-made elevated river to carry the power that the water creates in its ever-flowing stream throughout the valley and village. Absolutely love it. Sounds and looks so refreshing. As I mentioned, Blazing Fury, incredible dark ride. Rode it, filmed it last time here, so although I can't film it today, if you want to see what it's like, I will link that video down below in the description. Oh, hear that whistle. And look at that loop that I'm not going to ride. Now, another thing I'm noticing that's different from my last visit is that there's a lot more music playing, much louder than usual. So I'm forced to basically film a lot of B-roll, add my own music to it just to show you the sights, because otherwise it'd be me rambling nonstop. I know many of you don't want to hear that. I personally don't want to do that. So we're going to have some segments with some music, which I already had, and some other segments where I do kind of touch base with you, share a few thoughts, check out a few things, and hopefully make it work for a enjoyable video. But up here though is a ride that I rode last visit, and actually got sick on. I'll tell you about it in a second. So this is known as the Fire Chaser Express. It's a fire station themed roller coaster, and one of the main reasons I wanted to ride it is because it goes to Crazy Charlie's Fireworks Emporium. And up there, the coaster stops, there's some fireworks, there's some explosions and sound effects. Really cool effects for the coaster, but the thing that made it terrible is once you depart that Crazy Charlie station, the rest of the ride goes backwards and it shoots out at a pretty fast rate, and it made me really sick, where I couldn't ride any more coasters the rest of the day. So although it was enjoyable for a moment, it ended miserably for me. There's actual fire effects up there too. Okay, now they're gonna shoot out backwards. Yep, that ruined it for me right there. Won't be riding that again. There's the Flying Eagle. That one, I believe your feet hang on that, where you lay down. Last time, Jill and Lily rode that, and I watched safely from the ground. They're also here with me, as well as Lily's friend. We're walking around doing some rides and some attractions. I want to get the filming done, and I'm gonna be meeting up with them later, but we are here for a little family trip, but I just want to show you some highlights of our day here at Dollywood. It is a busy day here. We're on a Tuesday here in April, and as you can see, people are here in swarms. Looks like it's actually busier than last time, but it's a gorgeous day out. Sunny, no clouds, low humidity, high of around 70, so just taking it in stride, no rush, no worries, just enjoying the day. More importantly, enjoying some good food and a upcoming train ride. And that is the biggest beaver cut tree I've ever seen. I hate to come across a beaver that size. Jeez. Oh, they leave you hanging up there. It's torturous. No freaking way. I rode Stratford Knobles. This one even seems worse than that. Did you know that Dollywood has a graveyard known as the Lumberjack Graveyard? From a life of a lumber to eternal slumber. Here lies the body of Big Louis Free. His axe fell himself instead of the tree. Laid to rest is Cullen Wappler. Among his peers, he was so popular. Skid Nemore. He topped a tree in slippery boots, and now he rests beneath her roots. That one I like right there. Buford Daddy Bryson. Little River Railroad engineer on his last train to glory. And here's the main highlight for me. None other than steam locomotives. Full scale here at Dollywood. One of the best attractions here, I feel, in my opinion, and without a doubt, an unforgettable experience when they blow the whistle around the big curve in the distance, echoes through the mountains. It is spectacular. Now, this is officially known as the Dollywood Express, and it's a 2.5 mile narrow gauge steam train ride at Dollywood here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. That's been operating since 1961, and they have 2 locomotives. They are both 110-ton Baldwin 282 Mikado steam locomotives. Number 70 is named Cinderella, and number 192 is Klondike Katy. And right here we do have Cinderella. Klondike Katy was built in 1943, where Cinderella is the older one, built in 1938. Now for 2026, there's a big change that was made to these locomotives that resulted in some controversy amongst guests and park goers and steam train enthusiasts. Up until this year, when these trains are operating here, they're operating as coal-fired steam locomotives, which means they are shoveling coal into the firebox. When the train is operating, both when you're riding it and walking around near the track area, you would get rained down with cinders. A lot of people complained about it. A lot of people loved it because it was an authentic steam train experience. But due to feedback from park guests and also safety in mind, they converted both of these locomotives to oil-fired locomotives, which means no more cinders. People are really upset about that. That is really loud. But it's also the same people that were complaining, oh, the cinders are getting in my eyes, it's staining my clothing. Can't have the best of both worlds. But the bigger picture in mind, though, with those cinders during dry spells is a fire hazard risk. Obviously, we're surrounded by the Smoky Mountains. There's a lot of woodland scenic areas. Last thing that they need is a wildfire like they had a number of years ago near Gatlinburg areas. So no longer coal-fired locomotives. For me, it's a little bit upsetting, but I do see the bigger picture as to why. It is still a steam locomotive, minus the cinders, minus the heavy amounts of smoke. But what some people don't realize is prior to operating here, both locomotives were originally built as oil-fired locomotives. So they went from oil to coal, back to oil. So that if anything, they're actually back to their roots. They're back to how they were created. So despite the controversy and people being upset about the lack of cinders, lack of big billowing smoke, this is more true to how they were built. So we're gonna watch number 70 depart here in a few minutes. They leave on the hour, every hour. And after some lunch, you're gonna be riding behind it. And you're not gonna wanna miss that whistle effect that they do where they say, blow the whistle. Gives you goosebumps. But stay tuned for some great footage of her throughout the day. And I'll definitely be riding behind it more than once. Well, it's definitely a much cleaner departure than usual. Still got some black smoke, but minuscule to what it used to be. So the family and I and Lily's friend are aboard the 2 p.m. train here, being pulled by number 70 Cinderella. And looks like we're about ready to leave in just a second.
1, 2, 3.
All aboard! And this is the best seat on the train, the left-hand side, because as we go around that big sweeping curve and the yell blow the whistle, we'll be able to see and hear a great view and sound of that performance. And we are in motion. Now typically if you sit on either end of the coach car here, or passenger car, you get covered in cinders, but now with their new conversion back to oil, oh, it's going to be a cinder-free train ride. Rail fan. Rail fan. To the right, this green building is the newest ride, which is set to open in about a month or two. And it's going to be an indoor water ride slash coaster ride, first of its kind. We're missing it by about a month or two, but it's supposed to be one heck of a ride. And that big water tank right there is needed for the ride itself. Now it's constructed specifically for the ride, so I can't wait to ride that my next visit. This is the best part of the whole ride. Coming up here around the curve, they're going to yell blow the whistle, and well, you'll see and hear for yourself.
That whistle, good, and long. 1, 2, 3, blow the whistle.
Wow. Fantastic. That is a skilled engineer to blow the whistle like that. Had complete control over it the entire time.
The smoke here is in fact a smoke.
Look at all the rail fans. You think this is a big boy. Well, here's our locomotive shop. That's where Klondike Katie is stored, right inside there. And also where Cinderella goes to sleep at night. Iron Mountain Railroad. Teacups. Although I do enjoy the train ride at Knoebels, it's really hard to beat a full-size steam locomotive train ride at an amusement park. And this one is hard to beat. By far, in my opinion, the best ride here at the park. You get the sights, you get the sounds, you even get views of the park that you can't see any other way except by this train ride. So, rode it once, definitely will be riding it 2 or 3 more times before the day's out, but at least you got to see it for yourself with me as well. I'm currently drying off. We got done riding the river rapid ride. I don't remember the name of it. I got the brunt of it. My lower half is pretty wet right now. And after that, we went right over to Daredevil Falls, which had the shortest line of all the rides here. It's literally a 2-minute wait. Walked right on, got more wet, but not as bad as the Rapids ride. Now we're making our way to that orange coaster, Big Bear. If the line is under 30 minutes, we're gonna do that. If not, we're gonna figure out something else, but the lines are pretty lengthy and we don't want to spend all the rest of the day waiting in line. So fingers crossed that some of the lines are getting shorter rather than longer and we can actually make this happen. But if we do it, it'll be my first time on this coaster, and as far as I know, there's no loops, but it looks pretty long, pretty fast, and hopefully I don't get sick on it. As much as the 3 of us want to ride it, the line is over an hour long. Not worth the wait for us. We have other things we want to do before we leave here, so unfortunately, I have to save this until next time. Sure does look fun though. Not too bad of a backdrop, right? Nice and shimmery. Before I say anything else, special shout out to Jake and Becky who gifted me this shirt last year. This shirt was actually a huge hit here at the park. I not only had a bunch of people staring and taking double, triple takes, but I got a ton of compliments. That shirt's so cool. I love that shirt. So thanks to you guys once again for gifting me this shirt. I picked the right day to wear it down here. Park is super, super busy. I mean, I thought it was busy my first visit here. It's way busier this time. But on the flip side, this park is so big and sprawled out that you don't feel congested. The only time you really notice how busy it is with lines. But walking around, it's not that bad at all. But seriously, it's more people than I've ever imagined would be at this park. I don't know what the capacity is, but it's got to be close to it. Otherwise, we got on a few rides. I did the train ride twice. Lil and Madison did a few rides as well. Didn't get to do the bear coaster because the line was just ridiculous. Food lines were hit and miss, but the Daredevil Falls was the only ride we were able to walk right on. Other than that, though, everything is pretty lengthy, but unfortunately can't film the rides like we wanted to, but that's okay though. I still had a great time walking around. Train ride was my favorite, of course. I also want to hear your thoughts too. Are you in favor of them switching back to oil for the locomotives, or would you prefer it to stay coal? For me, coal just seems more authentic, but since they were originally oil, I'm okay with the change, especially if it's going to be better for the environment to prevent any forest fires. But it was a long day, but gorgeous weather, 70 degrees, sunny, low humidity, and got a lot of footsteps in today. But we're going to be wrapping up our day here soon, so I want to thank you for coming along and hanging out with us here at Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I will be back again and hopefully accomplish some of the things I couldn't do today. Otherwise, take care. Thanks for watching. As always, I'll see you in the next video.